David Cornelius with Best Choice Roofing. So I'd like to go ahead and perform a repairability and brittleness test on a few of the shingles. As you can see, there's quite a bit of granule loss. This is the southern face. The front of the home is the western face, and what we're going to do is do repair on each of those sides. So when doing this repair, this is the shingle that is going to be pulled out. So in order to do so, I have to pull the nails on this shingle, pull the nails on the shingle above it. So the shingle that's going to take the most damage during this repair will actually be this shingle that's 2 shingles above the repair. I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate that by pulling this shingle loose. Go to the one above it, because in order to get those nails back in, we're going to have to be able to lift this shingle up. So you can actually demonstrate that when we take this shingle, and even trying to use the snake tool that's recommended by State Farm, I'm barely touching these shingles, and you can see that here where I've got it lifted about 1.5 inches, I've already got catastrophic loss on this shingle, that this shingle is going to have to be replaced as well. If I actually try to get the shingle up to the full degree that I would need to replace it, even after only manipulating that shingle for about 20 seconds, I've already got a shingle that's already completely lost. I'd like to go ahead and move on. We'll go ahead and move a little bit further up the roof. Another one here. So again, in order to get this shingle repaired, you would have to loosen the shingle above it, loosen this shingle as well. And by the time we lift this shingle and get these nails pulled out, you can see already how much trouble I'm having lifting the shingle, even when only at about 1 inch. But as I try to get this up in order to get nails out, the whole thing is absolutely tearing apart. And you can see that there's absolutely no way to repair this roof. At the very least, this is the side that did have the majority of the damages. We would have to replace this entire side. Coming across to the front, looking at some more of these damages, the valley is quite significant as well, because we would have to do the entire valley. This is the front of the home. The new shingles aren't going to match quite as well, but I do believe this is a certainty roof. You can see by the clipped corners on the shingles. So this will be a shingle that is still available. However, I don't see it being repairable. So again, looking to repair this shingle, you can see it's actually totally detached and loose, and it can actually slide out. So we would actually have to, again, loosen the shingle up above. We're going to loosen the shingle up above it as well. Having that a little bit looser does allow a little bit more play in the shingle to hopefully not damage it. However, when we go to try to lift this so we can get even just the nails pulled without even replacing them yet, what we're going to have is barely lifting the shingle. It is going to be the same thing as the others, that it is tearing and it's not going to be repairable. This one's certainly cooperating a bit more than the other sides. I'm trying to be very careful. Still only lifting about 1.5 inches. I believe we would need about 2 to 2.5 inches in order to use the snake tool, and 1.25 inches nail. So getting it up to 2.5 inches, that is about what we would be working with. And again, this is the shingle that would take the majority of the damages. We would not be able to, actually we would be able to loosen this one to do the same thing up here. But what we have going on here is just with this one that we only lifted 2.5 inches, and not even for the full duration that it would take to do the repair. I have a shingle that's significantly altered, and it's a failed repairability test. So I certainly appreciate you taking the time to check my video out. And again, these repairs are fairly widespread across the entire roof. Please let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to go ahead and shoot over our estimate for roof replacement. And I do look forward to working with y'all on restoring Mr. Cruz's property. Thank you, David, with Best Choice Roofing.